What's up, everybody? My name is Alex Artemiak, and today is part 6 of the Hot Yoga series. This is one of my favorite engagements. We're learning how to move the head and to mobilize the skull into the correct position. So, thinking about our head, right, it houses the brain, which means it commands the entire central nervous system. But the placement of the head is a key part of the practice, because if your head is kind of slumped forward, the head is going to lead the neck, which will lead the shoulders and the rib cage. When the shoulders go forward, we cut off the lungs. So that means we're not breathing as well. When we tilt the chin down and brace the skull back, all of a sudden we realize the head starts to lead the neck, which leads the shoulders, the ribs, all the way to the low back, even the pelvis. This helps optimize the information superhighway, so we're more sensitive to the feeling of the fingers and toes, but it also allows us to find better movement in the spine. So if I have my head forward and I rotate my head side to side, my range is limited. When I tilt the chin down and brace the skull back, and I go to rotate my head, all of a sudden the range feels a lot more free, and I can find that the rotation goes a lot farther. So I hope you find this class really interesting. Take a moment to like, subscribe, and then if you really enjoy the class, share it with someone else who you think might be interested as well. Have an amazing class. As you come to a standing pose, tilt your chin down, then slightly draw your skull back. And so I want you to just move your head in these two positions. Move your head forward almost like it's craning forward, and I'll actually call this the crane position. And then move your head back, and I'm going to call this the swivel position. When the head moves forward, the neck is craning. Start to notice what happens to the shoulders, the rib cage, and the lower back. And when the head pulls back, the head sits almost like a swivel. Why? Bring the head forward and then start to rotate your head side to side. And notice the ease that the head glides side to side. And then also notice the range and the feeling. Come back to center. Tilt your chin down. Brace your skull back. Put it in its swivel position. And then rotate your head side to side once again. And notice how your head might find a deeper or farther rotation. But also it just feels a lot more lengthy in the spine. Maybe it feels a lot better in the lower back. And so let's try that one more time. Head comes forward. Rotate the head side to side. Head comes back. Rotate the head side to side. Okay, so we're going to pay a lot of close attention to the head position and then the neck position. Because in many ways, the head leads the rest of the body. Obviously, it houses the brain, so the brain center commands the entire nervous system through the body, but also spatially, physically, when the head is disjointed from the rest of the body, then maybe you're going into a back bend, but you're keeping the head low like this, which is okay, it's safe, but your head and neck are moving one way as you're dictating the rest of the spine to move another. So let's come all the way up to a standing pose. Last thing to check out is this. Lift your chin, keep your head forward, lift your chin just a little, and you're gonna feel a little bit of compression here on the back of the neck. Okay, we don't wanna feel that. Bring your head back to center, tilt your chin down, brace your skull back, and then lift your chin. Start to stretch and expose the throat. So if sensationally you feel a pinch in the back of the neck, it's too much, you can let it go. But if you're starting to feel that stretch in the front of the throat, you're in a good place. Rotate your head from side to side and just lengthen out the sides of the neck. Notice how good that feels. We tend to hold our heads a little low. We tend to breathe mostly into the chest. And this allows us to kind of stretch those muscles that are normally constricted and falling forward. So you can do this throughout the practice. I'll cue you into it, but remember the name of the game. If you ever feel a little bit of compression in the back of the neck, then that's something you don't want. Bring the chin down, pull the skull back. All right. Separate your feet hip distance. Let's take hands to the prayer just to set your own personal intention. So it's my intention for you to feel your spine be long, your breath be strong, and to keep your mind on. But what reason do you come to the mat? To clear the mind, to feel good in the body. Whatever it might be, just make it personal. Then simplify it into a single word, and you can use that as your mantra. Or today, we'll use the word full as we breathe in, and the word flow as we breathe out. And that's what I'll cue you to do. Take a deep breath in through the nose. Open mouth, exhale out. Inhale. Let it go. And cultivate your breath. Seal your lips. Inhale through the nose. As if to chant the sound ha, but through the nose, exhale. Cycling the breath in and out. With every sound of the breath, imagine you're whispering the words full on the inhale, taking a full breath in, and the word flow on the exhale. Let's release the arms down by the sides. Inhale, Tadasana, mountain pose. Reach your arms to the sky. Take the top of the head, reach it up towards the ceiling above you. Elevate your shoulders. Pull up on the sides of your waist. Draw down your front ribs. Lift up your back ribs. Deep breath in. Exhale, place your hands behind the back of your head. Point your elbow tips forward and work your elbows towards each other. Press your head into your hands and add a little resistance through the palms so you feel the muscles in the neck and the upper back turn on. And then inhale, back bend. Little bend in the knees. Root down into your heels and ball mounts. Root down through your hips. Lift up your lower spine. Lift up your heart. Inhale, mountain pose. Reach up. This time, imagine you're grabbing for a pull-up bar. Exhale, pull your elbows down. Brace your core muscles in. Little bend in the knees. Inhale, back bend. This time you tilt the chin down, brace your skull back, and then lift your sternum. Lift the top of the skull. If it feels okay, you might even lift the chin and stretch the throat, just being super sensitive to any pain or compression in the back of the neck. Inhale up, mountain pose. Exhale, sweep your arms wide, forward fold, all the way down to the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. From here, the head is in a really heavy position because it's reaching forward horizontal away from the rest of the spine. With that in mind, the head might start to dump down into that crane position. Can you tilt your chin down? Brace your skull up. Brace the back of the head towards the ceiling. Notice, did you feel a little bit of space build in the lower back? Breathe in. Exhale, crouch, round, and curl. Fingertips down to the mat. Arms on the outsides of the legs, bend your knees into a squat, lift your heels, and hover your buttocks just above the ankles. Energetically squeeze your arms inward and your legs outward. Tuck your chin to your chest, feel the rounding in your neck and upper back. Breathe fully in. Stay for the exhale out. Heels down, inhale, mountain pose, reach up. Breath to movement, grab the bar, exhale, pull down. Brace your core and head. Inhale, back bend, full. Stay for the exhale, flow. Inhale, mountain, full. Forward fold, flow. Halfway lift, full. Crouch round and curl, flow. Heels down, inhale, mountain, full. Feet together, palms together up above your head. Interlace your fingers, release your index fingers to the sky for steeple grip. Pull up on the sides of your waist. Inhale, reach up and over to the right. Root down from your hips into your heels. Focus on the feeling of your breath, the sound of the breath, and then imagine that mantra, full, flow. Fully in. Flow back to center. Other side. Inhale, reach up and over to the left. Give yourself permission to wiggle the hips, to wiggle the spine, and then check in with your head position. Chin down, skull lightly back. Can your head be equal distances from your arms? Then reach the top of your head towards your index fingers. Come back to center, open up your grip, goalpost your arms, brace your core. Inhale, back bend. Maybe lift the chin, expose your throat. Stay for the exhale, check in with the back of your neck. Inhale, mountain pose. Exhale, sweep your arms, forward fold. Halfway lift, full breath. Exhale, crouch, round, and curl. Heels down, inhale, rise, mountain pose, sweep up. Palms together, interlace your fingers, release your index for steeple grip. Stay for the exhale. Inhale, up and over to the right, as far as your breath is deep. Exhale to center, to the left, full breath. Exhale to center, this time keep your steeple grip. Tilt your chin down, brace your skull back into that swivel position, then start to reach your shoulders up and back. You can wiggle the shoulders a little side to side, wiggle the rib cage a little side to side. Try to make room for the shoulders so they don't pinch on the upper back, and then reach your fingers back, reach your head back, push into your heels and ball mounts for a steeple back bend. Find your breath fully in. Stay for the exhale. Inhale up. With steeple grip, exhale, steeple forward fold. Carve a line through the wall in front of you. Bend your knees, tilt your hips. Notice if your head starts to hang, can you keep your head in line with your arms? At the bottom, scoop up your heels, all 10 fingers underneath the backs of your ankles. Shimmy your elbows behind your calves. Bend your knees enough that your chest can touch your thighs. You can also grab anywhere on the back sides of the legs. Now, wiggle your hips a little side to side. Try to wiggle the rib cage and the spine down towards your big toes. Pull your shoulders back from your ears. Pull with your arms. Flex your quads and lift your hips. Then dial up the quality of your breath. Full through the inhale. Let it flow through the exhale. One more, full. And flow. Re-grab your palms together, steeple grip in front of your big toes. Frame your arms and your ears together. Inhale, slowly rise. Pull your arms forward and up. As you come back to standing, exhale, release your arms down by your sides. Separate your feet, hip distance. Reach your arms forward, palms face down. Bend your knees, exhale, start to sit, down and back. Balance the pressure on your feet, then pull your shins away from each other. Notice if the spine's kind of dipping forward. Tilt your chin down, brace your skull, your neck, your upper back, and then sit a little lower into your legs. Pull your shins back. Feel the weight drifting down into your heels. Inhale, slowly rise. Lift your heels, get up onto the ball mounds of your feet. Then exhale, bend your knees. Can you hold the vertical line in your spine as you get lower into your legs? Heels up, knees up. Inhale, slowly rise. Lower the heels, or for a challenge, hover them. Turn your feet slightly more inwards. Then zip your thighs and your knees together. Stay vertical in the spine from head to hips. Breathe in. Exhale, begin to descend. Bend your knees, get lower, hovering your thighs above your calves and your hips above your heels. And breathe. Inhale, slowly rise. Exhale, release your arms down by your sides. Feet together. Inhale, tee out your arms in line with your shoulders. Exhale, eagle wrap your right arm underneath your left arm. Cross at the elbows, again at the wrists. Bend your knees, sit down and back. Lift up onto your right big toe. Loop your right thigh over your left thigh, and then squeeze your thighs together. You can also use the foot down on the outside of the left heel. Center your elbows, your belly button, and your knees pointing straight forward. Tilt your chin down, brace your skull back so the head sits over the shoulders, hips, and heel. Now inhale slowly, straighten your left leg, lift up your right knee. Exhale, eagle arm to airplane pose. Kick your right leg down. Lever up your right leg to tilt your pelvis forward. Watch the head from dropping. Lift the back of the head up. As you get parallel to the mat, unwind your arms, palms together, steeple grip. Reach forward, standing stick. Balance the pressure on the skin of the left foot. Lengthen the top of your head towards your index fingers, and then drive the length from your right heel to your fingertips. Inhale, rise. Exhale, eagle wrap, left side. Left arm wraps underneath the right arm. Bend your knees, sit down and back. Lift up onto your left big toe, balancing the weight on the right foot. Slowly loop your left thigh over your right thigh. Squeeze your thighs together. Tilt your chin down, move your skull back. Try to situate the spine nice and long, nice and tall. Compress your elbows into your chest. Slowly straighten your right leg, lift up your left knee, breathe in. Exhale, kick your left leg down, start to lever the left leg back and up, which will counterlever the pelvis and spine forward and down. Lift the back of the head, avoid letting it collapse. Then roll your right hip back, close your left hip at the mat. Unwind your arms, palms together, steeple grip. Reach forward, standing stick. Lengthen through the neck, lengthen through your fingertips, lengthen through your two powerful legs. Breathe full. Stay for the flow. Inhale, rise. Exhale, withdraw your arms down by your sides. Lift your right knee up in line with your right hip. Flex your right toes back against your shin. Take the right thigh, plug it back and in. Feel the length of your spine, especially here in the lower back. Watch the head from drooping forward, chin down, skull back. We want the head to command the body through the brain, and so we keep the spine nice and long. That optimizes our central nervous system. But also we want the position of the head to help us find balance. Breathe in. Stay here or round and curl your upper body. Take a hold of your right heel or ball mound. Balance the pressure on your left foot. Check in with your head. Stay here or lift your spine and then extend your right leg forward and up. Pull your shoulders down, pull up with your arms, straighten your left knee. Breath in. Exhale, round and curl. Hook your elbows around the right calf. Look down at your left toes. Wiggle your rib cage forward. Pull your thigh bone back. Breath in. Breath out. Inhale, slowly start to rise. You can rest the right foot down and shake out the left foot if you need. Otherwise, you can keep it lifted for a little challenge. Left arm up to the sky. Right elbow to the right side waist. Bend your right knee. Grab the inside arch of your right foot. Squeeze your thighs together. Inhale, standing bow pulling pose. Tilt your pelvis so that your right leg and your spine move in harmony together. Pull up with your right hand. Look in line with your left fingers or slightly down. Notice the difference in the feeling of the neck. Breathe full. Let it flow. Inhale up. Exhale, arms come down by the sides. Lift your left knee up in line with your left hip. Flex your left toes back against your shin. Feel the balance from head to heel. Pull the left thigh back, breathe in. Exhale, tee out your arms, round and curl your spine. Take a hold of the left heel, ball mound or shin. Stay or slowly lift your chest. Head over shoulders over heel. Extend your left leg forward and up. Shoulders back and down. Lift your heart nice and tall. Stay or round and curl. Hands to heel. Elbows around the left calf. Guide the top of the head towards the left big toe. Slowly rise, starting position. If you need to rest the right foot, left foot down, shake out your right foot a moment. Right arm up to the sky, left elbow left sideways. Slide the left knee back, grab the inside arch of your foot. Firm your thighs together, and when you're ready, standing bow. Tilt your pelvis so the leg, the spine, and the arm all move together like clockwork. Gaze either forward in line with the index finger or slightly down, and notice which position feels better for your neck. Inhale, slowly rise. Feet together. Exhale, we do standing bow each side. Right elbow, right side waist. Bend your right knee, grab the inside arch of your foot, and when you're ready, begin. Tilt your hips, feel the balance on the left foot. There's nowhere that you need to get to. What do you feel where you are? Connect to your breath. Inhale slow. Slow through the exhale. Full. And flow. Inhale, rise. Exhale, left elbow, left side waist. Bend your left knee. Grab the inside arch. When you're ready, begin standing bow. Steady the breath. Steady your eyes. Steady the feeling of your right foot. Steady the thought in your mind. Full. Flow. Inhale, slowly rise. Feet together. Arms go up, big breath in, look up. Grab your pull-up bar, exhale, pull your elbows down and wide. Brace your core, inhale, back bend. Lead the skull back, then lift your chest. Inhale, mountain pose, come up. Arms go wide, exhale, forward fold, sweep and bow. Half lift, full breath. Exhale, high plank pose, hands down, step your feet back. Notice the position of your head. Can you tilt the chin in a little, lift the back of the skull up, breath in. Exhale, downward facing dog. Did the head just drop? Play with your head position in every pose. And just notice, a lot of times we're thinking so much of the legs, so much of the hips, that we forget everything we do with our head is going to affect all the way down to the toes, all the way down to the heels, affecting our balance, our breath, and our connection to ourselves. The spine is an antenna. We want to optimize it and let the information superhighway flow freely. Inhale, float your right leg high. Exhale, step your foot between your hands, low lunge. Back heel spins down, inhale, warrior two, rise. From here, notice your head position. If the head is dipping slightly forward, it's going to make the shoulders and spine round forward. Can you brace the skull back? A good way to test is to rotate your head towards your right index finger and see, does that feel like it's stuck? And then explore. Turn your gaze back in line with your sternum. Tilt your chin down, brace your skull back like we did in the beginning, and then rotate again towards your right hand and see if that just feels a little easier. Breath in. Exhale, extended side angle. Move your hips so that your spine can be nice and long at this diagonal line from the left heel to the head. Now gaze in line with your chest. Tilt the chin down, brace your skull back. This time rotate your chin towards your left thumb. Does that feel forced or uncomfortable in the neck? Make whatever adjustments you need. Inhale, reverse warrior. Stay low in the legs. Elevate your spine. Take left hand to right hand, push up. Bend the elbows slightly wide. As you lift the spine, move your head side to side, roll it around, check in with your head, shoulders, and neck. Breath in. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, star pose, toes out, heels in. Exhale, horse. Bend your knees. Hands to thighs. Spin your fingers in. Drop your elbows and your shoulders wide. So from the front view, you can see my pelvis, spine, and head are all in the same line. When we start to take twists, careful that your head doesn't dip towards the right or the left leg. Try to keep your head directly in front of your pelvis. Draw a straight line in front of you. Breathe in. Lean forward. Exhale, twist to the right. Left shoulder dips. Inhale, center. Exhale, twist to the left. Okay, inhale, center. Exhale, twist to the right. Pause here and then play. Move the head around. Move the hips around. Just investigate that little bit of movement. If you find a better head position, you'll feel the spine get longer, and that will open up your body for the twist. Inhale, center. Exhale, twist to the left. Bring the head side to side, move it forward and back. Just noticing head position, how it affects the neck, shoulders, even the low back, all the way to the connection to our feet. Inhale, star pose. Let's take it up. Parallel your feet. Grab your palms together behind your back. Interlace your fingers. Bring the hands nice and flat. When you bow forward, watch the head from dumping down. Keep your skull braced back. Breathe in. Exhale, bend your knees, tilt your pelvis. As you get towards parallel, that's when the head really wants to just fall with gravity. So you activate a little bit of strength in the back of the heart, back of the neck, lift the back of the skull. It's not about how close the head can get to the ground, but instead how much you can get the pelvis to tilt while keeping the spine long. To help push down evenly through the soles of the feet, pull your shins apart, spin your inner thighs back, and breathe. Inhale, rise all the way to standing. Free your arms, palms together up above your head. Shorten the gap between your feet to about the width of your mat, 3 feet. Then pivot to point right or forward. Right toes point straight forward. Left toes turn somewhere between forward and to the left. How far? Make sure you can ground down evenly through the soles of the feet and square your hips forward. If you need to shorten the stance or widen the stance, go for it. Keep that back leg nice and tightly engaged so the back arch and knee are protected. Squeeze your palms together above your head, pull up. Exhale, bend your right knee, carve your fingers through the wall in front of you. Reach forward as you bow your hips, and then touch your forehead to your knee. Now we're going to find a little bit of throat restriction or constriction. Tilt your chin to your chest, gaze up towards your navel. Hands go to either side of the foot. Press your fingers down and forward. Squeeze your legs towards each other. Work your breath full and flow. Re-grab your palms in front of your right big toe. Push to rise. Inhale, pull your arms up to the sky. Exhale, release your hands behind your back, palms together, interlace your fingers. Slide your right foot back, lift up your left leg, breathe in. Exhale, toppling tree. Bend your right knee, lever the left leg to counterlever the pelvis and spine. Balance the pressure. Skin of the right foot, pull your right hip back. Breath in. Exhale, standing split your hands to the mat. Bending your standing knee to bring your rib cage low. Find the place where your head feels happiest. Shake it out, yes. Shake it out, no. Then work your left glute to lift your left leg. Straighten both your knees. Breathe in. Exhale, low lunge. Step back. Hands go flat. Inhale, down dog kick. Exhale, downward facing dog. Stay. Maybe you play the head position or go high to low plank, up dog, down dog. Inhale, forward. Exhale, lower halfway down. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg high. Exhale, between your hands. Back heel spins to the mat. Inhale, warrior two, rise. Bring the head closer to the left hand, closer to the right hand. Out in front of the pelvis, towards your back and hips. Circle the head around, just explore. And then notice the ease and the accessibility to rotate your head and look at your left fingers. Breath in. Exhale, extended side angle. Move your hips so there's a nice long line from your right heel to the top of your head. Brace your skull back, then rotate your head towards your right thumb. Move the head around, see if you can get more comfortable. No forcing the neck, but just explore the possibility. Inhale, reverse warrior. Level your hips, right hand to left hand, push up. Little bend in the elbows wide. Move the head around. Keep exploring, stay curious and open-minded. Take a breath in. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, star pose. Toes out, heels in. Exhale, parallel your feet. Tee up your arms. Pull your shins away from each other. Mind the head and neck. Breathe in. Exhale, tilt your pelvis and bow the length of your spine. The pelvis tilts so the spine can stay long. You notice the weight of the head on the way down. Can you lift up through the back of the skull? Grab your feet and pull. Draw your shoulders back and pull. Flex your quads, lift your hips. Now work the mantra within the breath. Full and flow. Tee out your arms, inhale, rise all the way up to standing. Palms together up above your head, shorten the gaps between your feet to about the width of the mat. Pivot and point forward, left toes point straight forward, right toes turn slightly out. Balance the pressure down on the skin of the feet, turn on your back leg, keep it nice and straight. Pull up on your arms, breathe in. Exhale, bend your front knee, tilt your pelvis, carve your fingers through the wall in front of you. Bring your rib cage low on your left thigh. Tuck your chin to your chest, gaze up to your navel. Go to your fingertips and breathe. Firm up your back knee. Start to straighten your front knee. It's a start to, it doesn't have to get anywhere. You just want to feel that sensation on the back of the left thigh. Re-grab your palms together in front of your left big toe. Push to rise. Inhale, pull your fingers up to the sky. And then exhale, release your hands behind your back. Palms go together flat. Open your shoulders and chest. Lift up your back heel. Exhale, toppling tree. Lever up your right leg to counter lever the torso. Feel your head. Keep it lifted in line with your neck. Exhale, standing split. Bend your knees to wiggle the ribcage lower on your standing thigh and to take some of the leverage away from the right buttock. Lift up your right knee. Move your head, yes and no. Then press your hands down and forward. Start to straighten both your knees. Big breath in. Exhale, step back. Hands go flat to the mat. Inhale, down dog kick. Exhale, downward facing dog. Stay or inhale forward to high plank. Exhale, lower halfway down. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Breath to movement, first three postures. Let's go. Inhale, right leg high. Step through, low lunge. Inhale, warrior two, full. With the mantra, extended side angle, exhale, flow. Reverse warrior, full. Exhale, low lunge or high to low plank. Inhale, down dog kick or upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg floats up. Exhale between your hands, low lunge. Warrior two, full breath. Extended side angle, flow the breath. Reverse warrior, full. Sweep to the mat, high to low plank or low lunge, flow. Down dog kick or up dog, full. Downward facing dog, flow. Full breath in. Empty out. Inhale, knees bend. Exhale, travel your hands and feet towards one another. Maybe it's the middle, front, or back of the mat. Up to you. Halfway lift, full breath. Exhale, fold. Inhale, mountain pose. Let's take it up. Exhale, hands to prayer, samastitihi. Let's work into the variation of tree pose today. Right knee lifts, you can circle out the right thigh. Option one, you can keep circling the right knee. This is really good for the mobility, getting the right hip flexor, right glute, right inner groin, and the outer left hip to help you stabilize. Or option 2, Vinyasa style tree, seal the foot against the thigh, make it less about the height of the heel and more about the activation on the hip flexors and glute. Option 3, if the hip feels super open, grab the pinky blade of the right foot, slide it high into your left hip crease. Point through your toes, so you got one straight line from knee all the way to toenail. Then push your foot into your body, sending the right knee down. Stand up nice and tall, hands to the prayer. 1, you stay. Or 2, bend your left knee. You can take hands to the mat. Feel the left ball mount pressure. Lift your left heel. Connect to your breath. Inhale, slowly rise. If you went down, ooh. Exhale, release the right foot down. All right, other side. Hands can be on the waist or hands to the prayer. Lift up your left knee, start to circle the left thigh around. One, you can keep circling the thigh, working that mobility. Could feel really nice in the hips and lower back. Hug the right hip in. 2, Vinyasa style tree. 3, hot style. Pinky blade grabs to the right hip crease. Point through your toes. Push your foot into your body, extending the left knee down. One or both hands to heart. If you're in toe stand, stay or start to bend your right knee. Lift your right heel. You can use hands to the mat or just stay deeply rooted in your awareness to the right ball mount. If you're down, slowly rise. Exhale, release your left foot down. Let's flow to the mat. Inhale, mountain pose, take it up. Grab your pull-up bar, exhale, pull the elbows down and wide. Core braced, inhale, back bend, lift. Stay for the exhale. Inhale, mountain. Arms sweep, exhale, forward fold. Half lift, full breath. Exhale, crouch, round, and curl. All the way down into Navasana boat pose. Bring the legs out in front of you. Grab your hands underneath the backs of your thighs. Pull up with your palms, push down with your legs. Check in with the head position. If you look forward, your chin will be slightly compressed towards the throat. If you look too high, the back of the neck is compressed. Can you change the angle of your head to match the angle of your spine? So look not through your eyes, but through the feeling in your neck. And then take your arms, reach forward. Push your big toes together, start to straighten your knees. Inhale, lower halfway down. Begin to flutter kick the legs. Taking them in and out. Drawing little semicircles with each foot. We're here for 3. Down to the mat in 2. 1, hug your heels in, lower down onto your back. Let's go right into Baddha Konasana sit-up. Soles of the feet together, knees go wide. Fingertips nice and light behind the earlobes, elbows wide, breathe in. Exhale, lift your shoulders, lift your chest. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Inhale, down. Exhale, up. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Down. Up. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale, hold the lift. Reach your arms forward. Start to climb a rope. Reach right, left, right, left, right, left. Sharp little exhales. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and done. All the way down to your back. Hug your knees into your chest. Circle your thighs. Last set for bicycle twists. Right knee over the right hip. Parallel your right shin to the ground. Extend your left leg forward. Fingertips back behind earlobes, elbows wide. Breathe in. Exhale, step one, lift the shoulders and chest. Then two, twist to the right. Inhale, lower, switch your legs. Exhale, one, lift, and then twist. We go center, switch, lift, twist. Center, switch, lift, twist. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. 4, 3, 2, 1. Come all the way down to your back. Stretch your body long. Reach your legs forward, send your arms way back, maybe wiggle it out. Full breath in. Let it all go. Hug your knees into your chest. Grab behind your thighs. Start to rock the length of your spine forward and back. Downward facing dog. Hands to the mat. Step back. Walk your hands and feet towards the middle of the mat, separating the feet nice and wide from Malasana frog squat. Turn out your toes slightly, elbows on tops of the thighs. You can stay here or work the inner groins by sliding the elbows lower on the inner legs, but make sure that your knees point in line with the middle toes, and then firm your elbows and your thighs into each other so the arms push out and the legs squeeze in. Staying here, working the groins or flying frog, hands to the mat. This is a really fascinating one to notice the head position. So I'm going to place my palms down, stacking elbows over wrists, turn the hands slightly open so the index fingers parallel, and then squeezing the palms together. I'm actually just going to rest the thighs on the backs of the triceps and let my head kind of curl in a little. So my head weighs about 10 pounds, and I can use it to leverage my way into the pose. So first I'm just going to let the head dump down. I'm going to curl it kind of tighter to the chest. This is reducing the amount of leverage I can use to balance and lift the toes up. So second, I'm going to lift up onto my big toes. And then third, I'm going to lift the head and look forward. And as soon as I lift the head and look forward, all of a sudden my toes are just going to lift right off the mat. So I can curl the head back down, the toes will come down. This allows me to feel the trust of my hands, to get up onto the big toes, right to the threshold of balance, and then finally just lifting the head. That final bit of weight is just going to bring the toes right up off the mat. So this is a really powerful way to overcome some of the fears that happen through our arm balances, our inversions. Okay, let's come all the way down, have a seat, and then walk your hands out in front of you, downward facing dog. Inhale, float your right leg high. Exhale, half pigeon pose. Right knee towards your right wrist, right ankle towards your left hip. Point your right toes down. Press into the top of your left thigh and the top of your right shin. Brace your core muscles, front ribs and hips draw to navel, then engaging your glutes to bring the tailbone under. Start to elevate your spine. Tilt your chin down, brace your skull back. Just by moving the head position, you might actually feel the lift and space of the rib cage and chest. When the head is forward, it curls the shoulders forward. When the head braces back, it helps to teach the neck and the rest of the spine that we want to go into a mild back bend. Let's stay here, 3 to 5 breaths. You're welcome to explore king pigeon, bending the left knee, bracing the skull back, take your arms up, wiggle for length in the spine, and then maybe reach the hands back. But let your head guide the movement. And wherever you are, go back to your breathing. Downward facing dog, hands to the mat, step your right foot back. Inhale, float your left leg up. Exhale, half pigeon. Press through your left shin. Press into the top of the right thigh. Lightly squeeze your legs towards each other. Brace your core. Bracing the core protects the lower back and helps to join the pelvis to the spine's movement. As we lift the spine, the pelvis should also tilt. Tailbone comes under. You can help that by engaging your glutes. Then tilt your chin down. Brace your skull back. Open your rib cage, open your chest, and be super gentle and spacious in your lower back. 1, you stay. 2, Bend your right knee, squeeze heel to butt. Maybe take the arms up. Head goes back, it leads the way, and then arms reach back. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale forward to high plank pose. Exhale, lower all the way down to your belly. Zip your legs together. Goal post out your elbows in line with the shoulders. Fingers point forward. Inhale, lift your arms, lift your legs, lift the back of the skull, lift the back of your neck. Inhale, reach your arms forward. And then exhale, pull your elbows back, try to lift a little higher. We breathe for 3. Play with the head position. Notice if lifting the back of the head helps the movement of the neck and spine. And then lower all the way down to the mat. Look to your right. Take your arms down by your sides. Big toes touch, let the heels fall wide. Turn your palms face down to the mat. Wiggle your arms underneath the center of the body. So close the pinky blades could touch. Maybe the elbows could touch. Center your chin. Grip into your palms. Flex your biceps. If this doesn't feel good in the wrist, take your arms out from underneath. But you put a little bit of pressure from the hip bones down into the forearms. Centering the chin, lift your right leg, go for length. Point through your toes. Hip bone down, and then fully extend through the right thigh. Release, other side, left leg up. Hip bone down, point through your toes, flex your quad. Release your left leg. Wiggle your arms a little bit closer together. You can keep the chin centered, seal the lips to the mat to protect the neck, or if you're super conscious in the back of the neck and you've been doing okay with your back bends, you can lift the chin forward. Just make sure there's zero pressure on the back of the neck. You want to feel the length in the back of the neck and a little stretch on the front of the throat. Grip into your hands, bend both knees. Exhale, lift your knees up. Use your lower back, lift your pelvis off of your forearms. Push into your hands, lean into your shoulders and chest. Go for the height in the hips and the strength of the lower back. Slowly release. Take your arms out from underneath. Gaze to the left, pump your hands in a fist, roll your wrists around, wiggle out your hips. Center your chin. Arms stay down by your sides. Thumbs point down, fingers point back. Roll your shoulders and chest open. Inhale, lift the back of your head, your neck. Then bend your knees. Squeeze your heels towards your butt. Can you find the muscles in your back first? Using them to lift the spine as high as possible. Move the head up and down in a yes pattern. See what feels best for the neck. What helps you to go in the back bend, and then grab the outside edges of the feet if accessible. As you grab the feet, roll your shoulders against the kick, then kick back a little harder. You can brace the chin down, skull back, and then lift the chin, exposing the throat. Breath in. Exhale, slowly release. Take your arms down by your sides. Crisscross the legs, look to your right. Then let the big toes touch, heels drop wide, look to your left. Full to empty with your breath. Hands under shoulders. Inhale, rise to standing on your knees and shins. Knees together, separate your heels. Kick into your shins. Heels just wide enough to fit your hips as you start to sit. Keep your legs active. Kick your shins into the mat so those quadriceps stay on. Breathe in. Exhale, hands to feet. Lower your elbows down. Take the elbows wide. Lower down to your shoulders. At any point, if the knees, the ankles, the low back, if anything starts to complain, stay lifted. Maybe dial back out of the pose a little, lean a little forward. If you're down on the mat, front ribs, hip points draw to navel. You kick into the shins so the quads stretch, but they also engage, and then tailbone scoops slightly under. Wherever you are, you breathe. Full. And flow. Hands to feet. Come up onto your elbows if you're down. Exhale, downward facing dog. Walk out your legs. Pedal through your knees, flushing out the backs of the thighs. Lower down to your knees. Have a seat on the tops of your feet. Take your arms up into the sky. Palms together, hook your thumbs. Pull up on the sides of your waist. Exhale, tilt your pelvis forward so that your arms and your spine move together. Can you bring the forehead and the pinky edges of your hands down as close to simultaneous as possible? Then pressure the pinky blades down, lightly pull back. Yearn your head to go even a millimeter more forward. Pull back with your hands. Sit back with your hips. Feel the length of the spine. Breathe into it. Full. And flow. Inhale, slowly rise. Exhale, arms come down by your sides. Come to standing on your knees. Tuck your toes if accessible on the arches. Keep them untucked if not. Separate the knees and ankles about 6 inches apart. Now kick either the top of the foot or the ball mounts into the mat. Turning on the quadriceps, engage your glutes, moving the tailbone under. Take your arms, reach forward. Exhale like you're embracing somebody or pulling the light of the sun into your heart. Pull your elbows down and wide. Lift your heart forward and up. Yearn the chin down, skull back. Let the head direct the back bend. Lengthen the top of the skull back. As you start to enter deeper into the back bend, just check in with your lower spine. Check in with your neck. Then hands go to heels. If the hands touch the heels, can you grab and pull upwards so that your core muscles are staying active? If you want to explore the head movement, do it slowly. Start to lift the chin, keeping the head back. Can you stretch the throat without compressing the neck? Inhale, slowly rise. Exhale, have a seat on your heels. Knees together, tops of the feet down. Sasangasana, rabbit pose. Take your hands and grab for the backs of your heels. Thumbs point down, fingers go against the heels towards the inner ankle. Tilt your chin into your chest. Touch your forehead to your knees. Then lift your hips. Grab the heels and pull. Squeeze your arms against your outer hips. Draw your shoulders back from your ears. Then press the top of your head into the mat and breathe. Full. Empty. Have a seat on the ground. Sweep your legs out in front of you. Okay, I'll mirror you on this. Join your Shirsasana. Right leg kicks out to the side. Left foot comes up against the inner right thigh. Bend your right knee. Wiggle a little side to side so you can sit nice and tall in the hips, and then turn belly, ribs, and chest towards your right thigh. Reach your arms up. Breathe in, pull up. Exhale, tip your pelvis. Lengthen your spine. Reach a little side to side, and then mobilize your head. If you're looking forward, you'll be cringing the back of the neck. Gaze down, feel the length in your neck. Imagine your head is that reaching finger that's reaching for the big toe. Move it side to side. Reach through the skull, reach through the neck, reach through the spine. Take the arms, reach with you. Inhale up. Other side. Left foot out, right foot in. Bend your left knee, wiggle up nice and tall in the sit bones. Square your chest in line with the left leg. Exhale, tilt your hips. Reach your head forward and side to side. You can start with the arms slightly back, elbows bent. Just keep reaching the head for the big toe. Let the head lead the neck. Let the neck lead the rib cage, and the rib cage lead the lower back. Then reach those arms forward to help. Slowly rise. Extend both legs straight out in front of you. Arms go up to the sky. Little bend in both the knees. Wiggle the hips back. Exhale, tilt your pelvis. Gaze down, feel the length in your neck. Wiggle side to side. Undulate up and down. Feel the length of the spine. You can reach the arms forward. If you want to challenge, reach past the feet or reach towards the feet. But don't worry about grabbing the feet or touching the mat. Stay elevated so that your spine muscles have to stay engaged, allowing you to keep the spine nice and long so you can keep exploring that forward movement of the spine from head to neck to ribs to low back. Inhale, slowly rise. Scooch forward on the mat, lower all the way down onto your back. As you lower down to your back, hug your knees into your armpits. Hold the hands just below the knees on the shins. Root your buttocks forward and down. Root your elbows, shoulders, and the back of your rib cage down. Happy baby pose. Grab a hold on the outside edges of the feet. Open your knees nice and wide. Pull. Press your feet into your hands. Ground your shoulders and breathe. Slowly hug your right knee in, kick your left leg long. Pull the knee down and outside the rib cage towards the armpit. Rooting your shoulders down, full breath. Let it flow. Again, full. Supine twist. Center the left heel. Lift your hips. Roll your right hip on top of your left hip. As the pelvis stacks, wiggle the shoulders so they can go flush to the mat. Goalpost out your arms. Pick up your head. Rotate to the right. Go to the breath. Listen for the sound of the breath and whisper those words. Full and flow. Time and time again, just center the mind. Come back to center. Left knee pulls in, right leg goes long. Root down through your shoulders and spine. Breath in. Exhale, supine twist. Center the right heel. Slide the right hip under. Stack the left hip over. As your pelvis stacks, ground the shoulders, shoulder blades to the mat. Turn your head to the left. Feel the breath moving full. Let it flow. Come back to center, hug your knees into your chest. Give yourself one last big loving squeeze. Wrap your arms around your shin, squeeze your forehead to your knees. Thank yourself for coming to the mat. Just getting to the mat can be the hardest part. And then we take those first few breaths and begin slowly or quickly dropping in. We're always so grateful by the end. Breath in. Final. Shavasana. Pick up your head lightly, just a millimeter, so that you can feel the back of the head or the hair touching the mat, and then slowly just start to shake your head no. Noticing that the head doesn't roll side to side, but it rotates in place. And maybe keep the head in rotation to the right. Ground your left shoulder down to the mat. Rotate the head to the left. Ground the right shoulder down. Rotate your head back to the middle. Find a little wiggle. And then just start to fade. Full breath in. Relax and fall into the mat.